There's a reason some men get respected without saying a word. It's not because they're rich, that it's not because they're loud. And it's definitely not because they're trying to impress anyone. It's because they've drawn a line between who they were and who they refuse to be again. Most men go through life chasing validation, attention, even love, but they never stop to ask, what do I tolerate that slowly kills my power? Let me make this simple. Women don't respect what you say. They respect what you allow. They respect what you walk away from. They respect what you never tolerate twice. This video is your wake-up call, because today, I'm giving you the 5 unshakable boundaries that make her stop playing games and start respecting your presence. But let me be clear. These boundaries aren't about her, they're about you. How deeply you honor yourself, how ruthlessly you protect your peace, how clearly you send the message, I will never lose myself to keep someone else. If you're ready to stop performing and start leading, comment below. I protect my power. Let's get into it. Boundary number 1. Don't negotiate with disrespect. Disrespect rarely announces itself with a raised voice. It whispers. It shows up in the small moments. When she interrupts you without care, when her tone shifts mid-sentence, when your time is disregarded like it costs nothing. And most men, especially those who love deeply, overlook it. They rationalize, excuse, or worse, internalize it. They say, she's just stressed, or I don't want to ruin the moment. But here's the hard truth. What you tolerate becomes the new standard. Every time you stay quiet, hoping things will fix themselves, you silently agree to be treated less. And the moment you begin explaining why you deserve respect, you've already given up the very strength that commands it. Respect isn't earned through negotiation. It's revealed through non-negotiables. A woman doesn't test you because she hates you. She tests you because she wants to know what kind of man she's really with. And if every test leads to your silence, your compromise, your emotional pleading, she learns that your standards are flexible, that your values are just ideas, not lines in the sand. So when disrespect shows up, you don't shout, threaten, or plead. You state your line, calmly, once. And if crossed again, you walk, not in bitterness, not in a loud exit, but in disciplined silence. Because the Stoic man knows, the moment you trade your self-respect for approval, you've lost both. Control yourself, protect your peace, and remember, respect is not spoken into existence. It is quietly enforced. Boundary number 2. Your time is sacred. That she'll say she's busy. She'll cancel late, offer no apology, and still expect you to be there when she circles back. Most men, caught in the fog of hope, will excuse it. They'll tell themselves, she's just overwhelmed, or at least she's still replying. But here's what they don't see. Every time you say it's okay to behavior that clearly isn't, you teach her that your time is disposable. And deep down, she feels it. A man who's always available slowly becomes invisible, not because he's unworthy, but because he shows no sign of being engaged in anything bigger than her. That's not strength. That's dependence dressed as devotion. A high-value man, by contrast, never needs to pretend he's busy. He is busy, with purpose, with discipline, with a life that feeds his soul whether she texts or not. He doesn't wait by the phone. He doesn't rearrange his priorities for unpredictability. He lives by rhythm, not reaction. And if she can't show up, with the same respect he shows himself, he doesn't punish her. He simply pulls back. No drama, no explanation, just space. Because here's the Stoic truth. Silence isn't passive. It's powerful. Your time is the clearest reflection of your values. When you protect it, you protect your identity. So stop explaining your worth. Stop proving it. Just live it. And let your absence speak when her effort doesn't. Boundary number 3. Never explain your standards. She'll say you're too rigid, too serious, too intense. Let her. That's not your burden to carry. You're not here to dilute yourself to make her comfortable. You're here to live by a code, and that code doesn't bend every time someone labels your standards as control. If you don't accept a woman who keeps male orbiters on her phone while claiming exclusivity, that's not jealousy, it's clarity. If you don't laugh at, disrespect masked as jokes, or entertain mood swings as tests of your love, that's not being difficult, it's being disciplined. But here's where most men fall. The moment she pushes back, they panic. They start explaining themselves, softening their voice, shrinking their boundaries to stay liked. And with every compromise, she loses a piece of the man she once admired. Because she wasn't testing your kindness, she was testing your spine. The moment you become negotiable, she stops rising to meet you and starts trying to shape you. And when she succeeds, something quietly dies. Not just her attraction, but your own self-respect. That's the trade-off most men make in the name of love. Their edge for her comfort. Don't follow that path. Speak your standards once, then step back. Watch how she responds. If she grows into it, she's meant to be there. If not, you walk. Not to punish, but to protect your integrity. A Stoic man doesn't argue his worth. He lives it. And in the face of confusion, he doesn't explain. He remains silent, grounded, and immovable. Because some truths don't need to be said, they just need to be stood on. Boundary number 4, guard your silence. Most men make the mistake of thinking they need to explain themselves to be understood. They talk too much, over-apologize, chase clarity from someone who thrives in confusion. But a man who understands his own worth knows you don't need to speak on everything. She pulls away, let her. She throws emotional bait, let it rot. She wants you to flinch, argue, beg for peace. You give her silence. Not because you're passive, but because you're grounded. The man who can sit in the storm without trying to control it is the man who controls himself. And that kind of composure, that rattles her more than any reaction ever could. Most women won't say it, but they feel it. Real masculine strength isn't loud. It's still. It doesn't get pulled into chaos. It doesn't rise and fall with every emotional wave. It just is. And the moment she realizes she can't shake you, the game changes. She either adjusts or she exits. Both are wins. But here's where most men fail. They mistake silence for weakness. They think ignoring drama is avoidance. So they over-explain, trying to prove they're good. And in doing so, they lose the very respect they're chasing. Don't be that man. Be the one who says nothing, but commands everything. Remember, your silence doesn't mean you're unsure. It means you're certain enough to let the noise pass. The Stoic doesn't raise his voice to be heard. He raises his standard to be felt. Let your stillness say what words never can. Boundary number 5. Keep your mission first. Most men don't see it coming. They pour their time, energy, even identity into a woman, and then feel blindsided when she begins to pull away. But it wasn't sudden. It was quiet erosion. Attraction fades not with distance, but with obsession. The moment your life begins to orbit hers, the gravity shifts. She stops seeing you as a man with direction and starts feeling like the center of your world. And no woman wants to be your purpose. She wants to witness your purpose, maybe even walk beside it, but never replace it. You think giving her everything will make her stay. But the hard truth? The more you hand over your focus, your ambition, your fire, the less reason she has to respect you. Because deep down, she's not testing if you'll love her more. She's testing if you'll abandon yourself for it. And when you do, when you stop building, stop growing, stop chasing something beyond her, she doesn't feel safe. She feels trapped by your need. So what do? You realign. You build a life so rich with meaning that her presence becomes a bonus, not the foundation. You pursue strength not to attract, but because weakness is a betrayal of who you're meant to be. You become the man who is full without her, who can walk alone, not out of bitterness, but out of clarity. And when she sees that you no longer seek her to feel whole, a shift happens. She respects you. She's drawn to you. But this time, from a place of truth, not attachment. That's the Stoic path. Don't speak to prove worth. Build in silence. And let your life echo the kind of man you are. Let's wrap this up. These boundaries, they aren't just rules, they're armor. And if you build them into your daily life, they do something even deeper. They transform you into the rare man. The man who doesn't bend to chaos. The man who doesn't lose sleep over disrespect. The man whose life is so disciplined, so rooted, so powerful, that she either rises to meet you or disappears. Both are wins.so starting today. Make a choice. No more tolerating disrespect. And no more cheapening your valued. And no more explaining who you are. Build yourself so deeply that your presence becomes a filter. The wrong people fall away. The right ones rise closer. And you become untouchable. If this hit deep, comment below. I protect my power. And never again apologize for drawing the line.